Live, local, late breaking. This is NewsWatch 12 this morning.
Good morning. The time is 6 a.m. on March 7th. Welcome to NewsWatch 12 this morning. I'm Damon Alvarado.
And I'm Brinkley Hill. We're taking a live look at Grants Pass from the Tap Rock Northwest Grill. But right now, we're going to check in with Storm Tracker 12 Chief Meteorologist Matt Hoffman for a look at our first weather.
We're going to see those cold and frosty temperatures this morning replaced with some milder conditions this afternoon. Mostly sunny skies expected for your Friday. Today will be the first in a series of dry days for the region. Take a look at your planner for today in the Rogue Valley. By the noon hour, already up to around 50 degrees. We'll see some passing high clouds. Any valley low clouds and fog will break up as we go through the course of the morning, and then temperatures flirting with 60 degrees this afternoon. Beautiful day for a round of golf. We'll see lighter winds today. That'll be a big change from those breezy conditions we saw yesterday. Up to around 60 in the Rogue Valley, temperatures pushing 50 in the Klamath Basin. Some even milder weather expected as we head into this weekend. Highs will climb well into the 60s in the Rogue Valley, but there will be a cooling trend next week, and that will come with some wet weather as well. Notice that cool down next week. I'll have more details on your weekend forecast and what to expect with rain and snow chances next week coming up.
Undo a traffic alert starting tonight. You will want to avoid Foothills Road. There's going to be a closure from Coker Butte Road to Dry Creek Road starting at 6 p.m. Crews are having to work on a failing culvert. Jackson County Roads and Parks said construction crews will be working 24 hours a day this weekend to cut down on that closure period. Crews are hoping to have Foothill Road reopened by the 21st, but for more information, you can head to our website.
The Medford School District Board of Directors appointed Deputy Superintendent Jean Grizzoli as interim superintendent following Dr. Brett Champion's resignation last Thursday.
NewsWatch 12 Samantha Cadera was at the board's work session and spoke with Dr. Champion about his decision to step down and what lies ahead for the district.
The Medford School Board unanimously voted to appoint Grazioli as interim superintendent. She expressed her excitement for the role and commitment to providing stability during this time of transition.
I've been here for 13 years. This is my 13th year in the school district, and I love this district. I love the teachers and the administrators and everybody, and we have some great work that's going on here, and I would love to be able to continue and give some consistency and stability during this time of transition.
Before the session, Dr. Champion reflected on the ongoing challenges that ultimately led to his decision to resign.
It truly is heartbreaking to me, and that some of our very best people are being villainized. This can't go on, and it kind of it hit me that it can't go on, and that I need to go. And so really it was that fast.
Board members also shared their appreciation for Dr. Champion's leadership and his impact.
That we're losing this man who is a good man, has been a great superintendent.
Even board members who did not see eye to eye with Champion expressed respect for his leadership.
I may not always agree with you, but that does not mean I do not respect you.
The board also discussed their commitment to ensuring a smooth transition, with a focus on maintaining stability for students and staff.
The board's next meeting will be March 20th. That's when the board will vote to finalize Jean Grazioli's contract.
In a developing story, Oregon's Attorney General is filing a lawsuit against numerous federal agencies for conducting illegal mass layoffs of federal probationary employees. Attorney General Dan Rayfield joined a coalition of 20 attorneys general in filing the lawsuits. They claim all the unlawful layoffs will harm state finances and undermine vital state-federal partnerships.
With the lawsuit filed, Oregon is asking the court to rule that the mass firing of probationary employees is illegal, reinstate unlawfully fired employees, stop further similar terminations, and identify affected employees. Treasurers across the country are urging the Trump administration to not just pause tariffs, but to take them completely off the table. That includes Oregon. Treasurer Elizabeth Steiner says appliances, electronics, and clothing will be more expensive for all of us. The Peterson Institute for International Economics predicts President Trump's tariffs could cost the typical U.S. household more than $1,200 a year.
Canada, Mexico, and China are three of Oregon's top 4 trading partners, accounting for more than $15 billion a year each in exports from our state.
It's been a little more than a month since Trump ordered 25% tariffs on goods from Mexico and Canada. We're already seeing a disturbance in the stock market. Vice President J.D. Vance still emphasizes the goal of these tariffs, despite doubts from state treasurers. 3 U.S. soldiers have been arrested for conspiring to commit bribery and theft of government property. 2 of them are charged in the District of Oregon. The District of Oregon says the 2 soldiers began conspiring to gather sensitive military information around November 28th of 2021. The information includes technical manuals, which were transmitted between soldiers for money. You can find more information on this story on our website, ktrv.com.
Tomorrow, there's going to be a town hall to repeal wildfire hazard maps. The maps were developed as part of Senate Bill 762. The bill provides more than $200 million to modernize Oregon's wildfire preparedness. But these maps are now creating concerns for landowners and their insurance rates. A state senator, representative, and Jackson County commissioner are hosting these town halls with other elected officials.
Jackson County Commissioner Colleen Roberts said, "I would encourage any landowner to file an appeal to the town hall on Saturday, which will provide more details as to how the mapping is flawed and get answers and dialogue about the current status in Salem from our state representatives who come."
The meeting will be from 2 to 4 p.m. at White Mountain Middle School in White City. The meeting is ahead of the March 10th deadline to file an appeal to ODF to repeal Senate Bill 762. More information is on our website.
The California State Fire Marshal updated the fire hazard severity zones map to include local responsibility areas as well as state responsibility areas. The map identifies what areas, what units are responsible for. This comes in wake of the devastating LA fires.
Between now and the end of May, the Jacksonville Fire Department is working to test and perform maintenance on all fire hydrants in the community. The fire department tests their fire hydrants annually to ensure that they're fully operational in case of an emergency. And as they go through a database, they test these fire hydrants to ensure that all 259 in the city are tested every 3 years. Through the test, they flush out gravel and sediment that's left to settle and build that could damage or clog pumps and hoses when that water is needed to fight a fire.
When we pull up to a scene and we see that it's either red or blue, we know that we're either going to have enough water or we're not. So that lets us let our IC know how much water we're going to need and if we're going to need more resources or if we're not going to need more resources.
In the Alameda fire, hydrants ran dry because of damages from the fires. And during the recent LA fires, hydrants ran out of water. NewsWatch 12 asked if that could happen in Jacksonville, but the fire station said their hydrants had enough water stored to last them days. That water is constantly being refilled.
I was able to take a trip to Blue Heron Park and walk along the Bear Creek Greenway, and we got to see some of the projects that Save the Phoenix Wetlands is working on. There and multiple volunteers worked to identify and map over 220 active nesting cavities. County officials were able to ensure that these important trees were able to stay standing.
There is a controversy with people look at these snags, some people, and think, oh gosh, it's really ugly. Well, you know, sure, it may be ugly, but that's part of nature and it's part of the recovery process.
The project not only highlights the challenges of balancing fire prevention with wildlife preservation, but also showcases the significance of community involvement. English says the effort was an example of how timely intervention can prevent devastating impacts on local ecosystems. The group hopes their success in protecting these trees will inspire future projects to incorporate environmental considerations. And today, the Oregon Chocolate Festival is back in Ashland for another year. The Chocolate Festival will take place today through Sunday at the Ashland Hills Hotel. Attendees can expect a wide variety of chocolates from different chocolatiers around the country. There will also be other activities like the Wonka Chocolate Festival contest and wine tasting.
Looking ahead, the Jackson County Sheriff's Office is offering watercraft dry dock safety inspections for boats next weekend. Inspections will take place at the Sheriff's Office Marine Patrol and Search and Rescue Building in White City from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. There's no appointments are needed. For more information on boat inspections, you can head to our website. And it's time to spring forward because daylight savings time is near. Sunday, we will turn our clocks ahead 1 hour at 2 a.m. and this means we'll lose an hour of sleep. The annual seasonal change events brings longer days and shorter nights. We can expect to fall back on November 2nd.